Yo, what is up, old school RuneScape fans? This is your boy, Johnny Garrett's back with another episode of Fresh Start. Fresh Start, this is going to be like Fresh Start episode like 17.5, 18.5, the 0.5. This isn't really going to be that big of an update or episode, but I just wanted to give you guys a trade update because it's been, I kind of peaked here. We got some good buys here. And the first thing I want to ask the viewers is, do you like the background list intro, or do you want the normal intro where I shrink it and then talk to the paint document? I don't have a paint document today because it's just gonna be a couple things, but so it's about 1 day, 3 minutes. So it's been exactly 24 hours. We're gonna check all the accounts real quick. Let me shrink myself actually though. I'm kind of transparent. I did that on purpose too, so you guys can kind of see behind me if you looked close enough. But here we are. We are in so far as to, yep, we are, I think we're bought out on everybody. So, well, you know, I can't say, I've only looked on 2 accounts so far. But I'm pretty sure based on the volume that we have done, pretty sure I'm going to get what I got. Boom. Okay. Yep. So we got collections on everybody. So essentially we got 46.5K per slot, 46,500 per slot. So that's times 3. So each account roughly, right now the net worth kind of is an extra 139,000 per account. So if we take that times 20, we have made, if the sales go through in 24 hours, plus however long it takes, I'll check again in the morning, so it'll be about 12 more hours from now. And I'm guaranteeing that, or I'm not guaranteeing anything actually, I don't want to be silly Sally, but I'm pretty sure these sales are going to go through by the time I get up tomorrow. Just a guess. But, you know, anything's possible. And then 12 hours, so that we'll take it divided by 36 hours. So this is my prediction. There's 77K an hour. Okay, so now if we divide that by 20, that is about 1,235 more per hour in profit than our pure essence trading. So this is really, really cool. And if this gets better if the margins crash back down to 5.4. So, really cool, times 24. Let's take that times 20. So it's about 1.8 mil a day on 20 accounts. Pretty sweet. And it's closed cycle. No customers we're finding. Now, I want to say, so I'm going to try to work and talk at the same time. I want to say that Bulk Bunny and Mecha Cat in my Discord link down below. Join up. We talk. We chat. We trade. I'll answer any questions you got. I'm pretty active every single day. But anyway, Bulk Bunny and Mecha Cat are my 2 trusted bulkers, and I believe that. Sorry, they are both looking for elemental runes really badly right now, but I will go over that. Hey, let's just go over it right now. I got the tabs up. This is why they want to buy for 4.8 to 5, or 4.8 to 4.9 or something like that. Unless we can somehow buy that off other people, that's not really attainable, guys. I'm sorry. Like, look at this. We got 1 day. We have a 5-6 margin. And like, yeah, you might be able to scoop some alleys off other people, other bulkers who are looking to move some product. But from us, the suppliers, we're trying to get you guys product. It's not really going to work out, okay? I'm just sorry to say that, but this, if you guys, Mecha Cat, Bulk Bunny, if you remember from all the trading, there has been seasons like this where I have not been able to get you any elemental runes because of this. As you can see, the last 7 days, the margin is held at 5, and it's gone to 6, okay? So actually, you know, my little tip to the bulkers out there, if you want to get elemental runes for a period, I would set aside your main stock and then DCA, dollar cost average, into some new stock that you're buying from people for maybe 5.1, 5.05 to 5.1. That's maybe where I would try testing it. I think people might be more willing to buy from you. I just wouldn't, I would dip my toes in. I would test that water out because, and especially fire runes. I would definitely 100% recommend fire runes, at least for the next week. At least for the next week. Maybe not, actually. But, I mean, because I will point out that today we did have this dip. We had a margin crash. There was a major dip down here. It looks like 10 million runes. And it was enough to crash the margin for 5 minutes. Okay? That may seem like nothing, considering the margin, like the volume here is 510 million, but this is an indicator that the margin is not 100% solid. The last 2 days, the margin has been 100% solid, so I was confident in saying that go in on it the last couple days, but today, I want to say I'm only 98% sure. And then tomorrow we'll be able to tell if it's going to still be a solid. But again, daily content, I'm here to reassure you. I'm here to re-up my advice. But right now, but anyway, so back to what I was saying. If you're going to buy maybe some product off people, like suppliers, like my boys that I'm trying to coach here, I would offer 5.1, maybe to 5.3, maybe. Okay? It's just based on your confidence because you guys know this space better than I do. I'm just saying if you're going to buy from somebody like me, I may take you up on that offer for like maybe. Okay? Because like right now, I can just feed that back in for 6. So my ROI is like close to 20%. So, or it might be 20%. I think it's exactly 20% if I get it for 6. But if you can get anything in between, if you can get a 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, 5.5, 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, like for the past couple days, even if you bought them off people for 5.5 and you fed it right back into the GE, you would be banking on fire runes because look at the volume, 510 million a day. If you were buying like, let's say 10 million fire runes, you'd sell that at 6 in a day. And I, like 100%, I've done it multiple times. And like, I don't know how long this wave is going to last. It might just be in your interest, just to the bulkers, to just not buy elemental runes from supplier, like from us GE Andes, we'll call us, Grand Exchange Andes, the free-to-play flippers, the multi-scaper flippers. It might just not be in your position, in your interest to buy right now, unless the only time I would say it would be good to buy from us again is if this recovers, or if this plummets back down to a 5.4 margin again, then we can go back and everything's back to normal. Or if for some reason something freak happens to the economy and this just becomes the norm. If this becomes the norm, yes, it's probably a good idea to trade with us again. Okay, so now all that being said, let's just hop back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell all these. I'm going to take my time, take my very, very sweet time, trading these back for 6 and not misclicking because I want this profit. I want this juicy profit. I worked so hard for this. And if this works, and I'm hoping it works, I really want to recommend you guys do this. Because this is where the money's at. There's no social skills required. There's nothing to nobody, whatever, you know what I mean? And again, just to kind of throw a bone to my bulker friends here, I think you guys, if you got the extra space, if you want to be nice, try to get some feathers. I know I said they were bad, but we can get some crumbs for them, you know what I mean? And they're paying 2.8 for them. So if we can scoop them for 2, then we're making profit and everybody's winning. We want to keep them happy because we want to keep them around, okay? It's not all about money here. It's about relationships too. So I'm just saying that just to say that. Just keep that in mind. Bulk Bunny and Mecha Cat are very nice people. They are very, very... Bulk Bunny has a diverse portfolio that he likes to purchase items for, like bronze items, etc., stuff like that. Really appreciate the sales they've got me. They've made me, and I can say this, they've made me billions of gold. So, I mean, like, we don't want to disrespect them or just, like, take them for granted. Oh, my God, I thought I clicked F5. Oh. Anyway. Mostly today's episode is going to be about this. The fire runes and the air runes and stuff like that. And this is just going to be a trade check. And then after I get these put in, I just want to look at a couple other things. I want to check out the accounts that got the grapes to see if we moved those quick. And then I want to check out the air, water, and earth runes. And then maybe take a look at the top daily volume list. Okay? So we're almost there. Boom. Boom. But if this trade does succeed, we are at 837 times 20. That puts us at a positive 3 mil. 2.8 to 3 mil that we're up in just a short 36 hours, I'm guessing. Again, I might get up before 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I might check them in under 20. Well, I'll give you the math tomorrow for sure. But we're looking at, like I said, like a 6,000 an hour per account. Let me check the history here. 6,066 per hour if this trade is successful. We're looking at a very hot market right now for fires and airs. Oh, Man, I love hooch. I make hooch. No, I mean, it's not illegal hooch. It's wine, but whatever. It's pretty great. But, whew. Anyway, now we got those done. Let me blow these accounts up real quick. I didn't really get any questions. I don't think I got any questions from the comments. I don't have anything to really talk about there. Today I had some, I had a couple comments. I had a lot of nice comments from people. I'm really appreciative of the comments I've been getting. But then while I'm waiting for those to load, let's just look at air runes. Air rune. We had a margin crash. That's something we got to pay attention to. Okay, we got to pay attention to this. It happens because we're in that volatile cycle right now. But again, it's stable enough. These are good. These are good just as much as they are bad. Okay, this crash to the 4.5 margin is great actually because it means that we had a massive dump. And if you had traders waiting for this item, air rune, that means you hit the buy limit. You know what I mean? If there was not enough cash available that it crashed the margin, that means it had to crash down to the other people who are waiting at 5.4. Does that make sense? I'm waiting at 5. I hit my buy limit. The next 1,000 people hit their buy limit at 5. Now they still are, they sell 5 million in that 10 mil dump. They still need to move 5 million. Then it auto prioritizes to the next people in line, which would be the 4s. Does that make sense? If they put their offer in, because if they're dumping 10 mil and they're looking to just get some fast cash, they're dropping that margin down to 1. You know what I mean? Like they're going to GE and they're going, oh my god, it's not selling. What do I do? Okay, I'll drop it down a little bit more. Boom. That's where margin crashes. From what I imagine, that's how they happen. So like, this is good for us to see blips like this, and then for them to recover because that means we just hit a buy limit. So if you had 1,000 accounts and you see that. 1,000 accounts waiting at 5. That means all 1,000 of those accounts hit their 4-hour buy limit. So at least in that instance right there, you made 50K on all those accounts. It's phenomenal. You like seeing that. It's kind of scary because you're like, oh man, I want to profit. I want things to just stay the same, right? I want things to just stay the same so I can guarantee my profits. But seeing stuff like that, little anomalies like that are actually also nice little signals knowing, at least for now, I get to pat myself in the back that I just made a fuck ton of money. You know what I mean? Like if my accounts had not had their offers already bought, I would be like, hell yeah, I just made more money. That's what that means. So now let's go to water rune. Boom, same thing. Somebody was just dumping a huge supply. That's what was going on. They needed, see that? 22 million. Obviously that's going to crash this spot. Because like if your daily volume is 198 million and 22 million enter the market at the same time, it doesn't matter what asset it is. If you're talking oil, if you're talking steel, if you're talking coal, if you're talking natural gas, if you're talking a currency exchange, if 10% of the market enters at the same time and tries to sell at the same time to try to for the market to give liquid to that kind of a transaction, it's going to crash the margin. You know what I mean? It's going to cause such a massive supply shock. You've heard me say that a million times. That is a supply shock if I've ever seen one in my life before. So this is an anomaly as well. I already said that. I'm a cool guy. I said anomaly before. But we're seeing normal dumps being, oh my God, an 11 mil and a 22 in the same freaking day. Yeah, this was obviously going to happen. I mean, if you've watched any other episodes, I'm pointing out 2 mil dumps, 5 mil dumps, 4 mil dumps. Those are our average dumps. Those were 2 events that dumped the fuck out of that price. Sorry, that was just, I don't know. This shit's exciting. Now that I'm talking about it like I'm some sort of news anchor, it's pretty crazy. It's really fun. Anyway. Earth runes, remember? I don't know, like I said it a few times in a row, a few days in a row, and I felt kind of nuts saying it. Just looking at the spread and saying oh man, it looks like it's going to break the 5-6. It looks like it's going to break out. And then I saw it today. And as soon as I saw this, I think it was, I went to the Discord and I was like, yo, just so everybody knows, a breakout's happening on Earth runes. I don't know. I was just super pumped that I called it. You know what I mean? That it was reaffirming for me that I know what I'm talking about. And it's awesome because in a way I'm puffing myself up, but in a way, I'm trying to keep myself humble and keep myself realistic and stuff like that. But it is nice knowing this is also a thing that happened that is also very nice for me because now I feel a little bit more confident trying to coach you guys on these types of trades. That's what I'm saying here. But yeah, we do have a potential breakout here. This is the type of movement we saw before fire runes, air runes. This is what you call testing the new high. So they're testing, it's coming back down, it's coming back up, it's coming back down. We'll see. It's either going to break out, that's what we call a breakout, or it's going to just continue to stay at 5.4. You know what I mean? It looks like that's the season we're in. Like I said, I think the thing that's making this 5-6 margin is what Jagex will never say it. Maybe like a post will come out, something in the news, but I'm pretty sure there's just been a huge ban wave. That would be my best guess. Like the simplest answer is usually the correct one, and they do waves of bans. They don't do them like periodic. They don't do them like sporadically as bots come in. They wait until they have enough data to ban a lot of them at the same time in a huge batch, and then they ban them all in a huge wave. And like part of the reason why Jagex does that is because they don't want botters to know any particular pattern or anything like that. They don't want to understand. You know what I mean? Like what I talked about in my multi-scape video, the false bans. Those are patterns. And I've identified a few patterns, and I've talked to a bunch of other multi-scapers, and they've said there's been a few patterns. So they're like, that's pattern identification, which Jagex I don't think minds a false ban pattern, because then that's data they would like probably appreciate so that they can correct that. But they do not want that information going to botters at the same time. So they'll never tell us if we're right, you know what I mean? But like, they do not want that information going to botters because they don't want them to learn the patterns to how to beat the system. Okay. So now I'm at 16 minutes. Let's go to the experiments. Let me log in on them. I think it's plus. Again, this is gonna be a rough video. Trying to think here. Let me like pull up my questions actually, as well, and see if we can find a. Okay, cool. So on the first account, it looks like we made some big moves here. I'm just going to check for questions real quick. The only thing I got for questions was this guy who is unsure how long it takes to buy pure essence, and he seems to leave it in but never buys any. But then he did also, I replied to him and said, hey, can you hit me up in the Discord, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I said, join the Discord, we'll talk about it. And he then messaged back a few hours later and said, sorry, I was wrong and impatient. Love your videos, but yes, I'd love to join the Discord. Cool. You know, link down below. Again, if you made it this far in this video, today is going to be particularly a bad one. And I think if you're this far in like one of my worst videos I've ever made, I definitely think you should be subscribed. And I would like to try my hardest to give you daily content to grow your bank on RuneScape. So if you agree with me that I'm providing that value to you, at least attempting, you should subscribe. I think you should subscribe because you listen to me rant for 18 minutes and 14 seconds. But, yeah. Oh, wrong click. Misclick. Yeah, I've been drinking today. You guys can kind of tell that probably. Oh my god. That's a different video. I might cut that out. Anyway. So, our two experimental accounts, they seem to have made some moves. We got the mithril arrows. So we were going to put these back in at 5. I got them at 4. We'll see if they sell at 5. We sold the grapes. We bought the grapes at 6, and they did sell at 5. 2 days. Or 7, sorry. It took 2 days. They might have sold yesterday. I did not check. But the experiment was a success. We did profit off of them. We don't know if it's going to do it again, just to be fair. But I'm pretty sure it will work. So we're hitting like buy limits here, which means buy limits here, and we're getting cash back, which means the mithril arrow, I put it, there's a big margin here. So then if I put it in at 4, did I put it in at 4? Let's look quick. I'm at 3. What? Bruh. It's saying 3. So that means I put them in at 4, I think, and then I was getting cash back, which means it's averaging below that. But yeah, and we got them at 4, I'm pretty sure, and we should be able to sell them at 5. So this looks pretty. Oh my god, there was a massive crash. Oh my god, I'm blind. I'm blind. Maybe mithril arrows stay away from it until this recovers. We'll check back in on mithril arrows tomorrow. This looks like an anomaly. This is what I was saying. Okay, this is important. This is what I was saying in the other video about bulk trading other members' items and stuff like that, and not being able to see what I was talking about. Not being able to see the market. This type of event. This will never, ever, I'm confident, pretty confident, and by pretty confident, I would say I'm 85% to 95% confident saying this would never happen to fire runes. Not like this. See, it's already recovered. It's happening live right in front of our face. It's already recovering back up. So this is like this is like a crazy freak event. Somebody dumped a lot of stock into this. Let's see. That was before. Maybe just the demand crashed. Maybe the demand filled up. And then just dumped the fuck out of this. Anyway, this is really weird. This is what I mean, though. 1 year. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be a 2-3 based on the 1 year. But yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. It's a fun little experiment. Let's keep track of mithril arrows. That's one you got to pay more attention to, and that's why the strategy I try to teach you guys isn't mithril arrows, isn't adamant arrows, isn't grapes, because they're okay, but you got to pay more attention to them. So it's harder to scale them up. That's the crux of the issue, is that it's harder to scale them up. You can do 20 accounts on grapes. You can do 20 accounts on mithril arrows. You could do maybe even 100 on each of those. It's still profit most of the time, but I don't see you doing 10,000 accounts on mithril arrows. Does that make sense? But I can see you doing 10,000 accounts on fire runes. So you're seeing, hopefully you guys are kind of getting in my mind here about how I'm trying to teach you guys about, what's worth our time, what's not. I'm trying to mold your brains into my brain. Just get you into my perspective here. But yeah, so don't want to dive too far into that. We're doing pretty good here. 22 minutes in. Mithril arrows, we're just going to pay attention to them. We're going to see what happens here. I don't know if I'll be able to even sell those. And then I got these for 16. We're going to try to put them back in for 17. Wish me luck here. And then we're already, adamant arrows seem to be doing good in the 9-10 margin here. So we'll just go back in on adamant arrows. We're just going to go in. All of our money on 9. Looks like it's pretty good. We might be able to repeat the trade again. And if we can repeat a trade, let's say this. Let's make this a rule. If I can repeat a trade 10 times, do it. Do it at the... You have my blessing to trade that item without... You have my blessing to trade that item, and I'm pretty sure you'll profit off the item every single time. Okay? If I make 10 consistent sales in a row. So that's going to be our rule. So then we're going to go back in on adamant arrows. No, let's go back in on grapes. So we need grapes at 6. At least to scale up. Do whatever you want. But 10 trades in a row of consistent profit before I tell you to do it on 20 accounts. Before I tell you to do it on 60 accounts, okay? That's our rule now. So that being said, that's today's episode. Shorter than normal. Still managed to ramble on like a little silly Sally. But hope you guys learned something. Hope it was some value. Thank you, everybody, again, for all the support. Thank you guys for all the comments. Thank you for everybody who's coming into the Discord. Thank you guys for everything you've done for me up to this point. I really hope that I can continue to serve you guys and do great things with you guys and help you make a lot of money. I really want to help you make money. Peace out. Have a great day.